I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. I hope you enjoy it.
Changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright.
Today is on Thursday. The landlord told us to move yesterday at night. On Wednesday we didn't know that we shall move that fast. At night is when she told us to move to this house so that she can make our floor. She wants to cement it. That's why you can see us in this house. Yeah, this is what is happening right now. They are cementing our room so that we can go back in 3 days.
The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows. And where I'll go in life, still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago. like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you
It's now time for cooking dinner. Brian was teaching Hope how to prepare ugali. The
I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me?
Si leo.
Then will you get bored of killing me?
Number 2. Ukipika ugali lazima ukuwe na nguvu. Ugali inapikwa na sizes. Kuna size ya mtu mkubwa na size ya mtu mdogo.
Medi, alikuwa ndogo siwezi. Usikike mzito. Umeshaifanya hivyo, una make sure hizo maunga zimeisha. Maana ukiangalia ugali ya mama pange na leo. Ya maunga na sikuwa dry sana. Ndio tunakuangalia kesi moja na acha kesho. Wow.
Chunga usipike bolga.
Nikuruge hivi na nguvu. Anaweza kutoa zinaisha.
Brian has finished preparing the ugali and the greens. We had almost forgotten to vlog. People are eating the crust. These hopes. Kaa tu hapo. Kikuja inaacha kufocus. Hope is eating that crust. There is my plate and my crust. Brian is always the king of crust. But today we have joined him. Sioni, kaa tu nini mahali pamoja. Wait. Can't focus when you start moving. Adrian, you are moving. And there is Adrian's crust. He has sandwiched with some greens and cabbages.
Very country. Very country. Mama, bunu vlog. Sasa ninaweza. Crunch. Ngua. Mjongo. Mama. Vlog ni chuma. No. Wasikie sound. Busca miguu chini na mkono chini na mkono.
Where are you from? I'm from Kenya. I'll keep your list. Okay.
What did you come to do for us tonight?
Going to make a funny joke.
And what's your age?
10.
10 years old?
Yes.
The stage is yours.
Okay. Tell me, bus. Don't go tonight. Stay here one more time. Remind me what it's like. So let's fall in love one more time. I need you, please, by my side. Yeah, I'm sorry, don't leave me. I want you here with me. I know that your light is gone.
Standing ovation.
This is on.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, it's time to judge. So, you have a great voice.
Thank you.
What I should just correct you. And when you were coming, when you were introducing yourself, you said you're making jokes, right?
English teacher.
You did a very good performance. You should just correct your introduction part.
Yeah.
That's all. We're not good to vote. That's a yes for me.
That's yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Golden person. Next me. Next. Oh, wow.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Nyambura.
Where
Where
do you
you
come
from?
from?
I come from Kenya.
What are you here to present for us tonight?
I'm here to present a song.
What's
Hizo
the song
sauti
about?
zenu ziko chini.
The song is giving out hope where there's no hope. It's telling you if there's something you want to do now, you better do it because you don't know the future life. Yeah.
Good luck. The stage is yours.
Things have gotten older. I've realized we all care about things that don't really matter. Let your head stop your heart from moving. If there's someone you wanna talk to them. Who knows what we'd be now if we live more and love more. We all just need to. We're not here anymore. It all comes down to we were and we stood for, not what we had, not what we lived. So when we're told it does, maybe then we'll see we just don't have to keep our heads above the water. What if we don't wanna hug your kids? Tell them you love them. Have some heart. Make sure it's open. Maybe speak less than listen more. So life's too short. You only have one. It might sound cliche, but you'll recognize that when you choose it to. Cause when you choose it to.
Okay, your presentation was so pleasing. The message was heard very well, but you only have one problem.
Another time.
You don't keep eye contact. If you're sending the message to the people, you must keep eye contact.
You kept funny faces.
Yes, you're spreading the message, not looking up, down, eye contact. Otherwise, you perform very well. That's a yes for me.
Thank you.
Okay, you did perform well, but something you have not made me. It was supposed to make me laugh. That when someone cut a microphone, you should not put it here. Here. Okay? Not start screwing it up.
Okay. Okay.
But that was yes for me. But I'll say I'm gonna give you this. I think you get better.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.
Hi guys, I hope you're well. As I've mentioned, today is on Saturday. I haven't been feeling well. Like 3 days ago, I was very sick, you guys. I was down with, I don't know, whatever it was, but I've been taking some antibiotics and also some painkillers. Yeah, and also today I wanted to mention something, just something small, but for me it's also big. Yeah, but it's not like a big deal. There's a friend who brought it to my attention, and I love being corrected. And also I had also seen it, but I ignored it in a way. So I want to give an apology to myself and also to you, my viewers. Yeah, number one, it feels so good to record in this house. I can talk freely. You know, on the other side, you can't even talk freely. Anything private. But anyway, when it's out there in the world, it's no longer private when you have login. But I always like talking and feeling free while I'm recording. When I know there's a person listening or eavesdropping, I'm never comfortable vlogging. So it feels good to be in this space. It feels good to be in this house. And in fact, we don't feel like going back. And I know the owner will give us she will tell us to move back maybe tomorrow. or maybe today in the evening. Right now it's around 5 p.m. on Saturday. Brian and Hope have gone to the market, and they have also gone to the supermarket. I'll do a haul when they come back. I'm just here with my small boy Adrian. Yeah, I've been feeling bad, and right now today I'm feeling a little bit better. I woke up feeling worse than I am right now, but I thank God I am feeling better right now. I like 3 days ago I wouldn't, well, my body was painful from head to toe, you guys. I don't know what was wrong with me, and I couldn't afford to go to the hospital, so I just googled. Thank God for Google. I checked the kind of medication I should take, and then I said thank God for Kenya that you can get some medicine over the counter. I know for people maybe in the UK you cannot even get painkillers over the counter, you guys. So I'm grateful that I'm here, and that at least I was able to get that medication, and right now I'm feeling way much better, you guys. Like 3 days ago I couldn't get out of my bed. I was in bad pain, but right now I thank God for good health. I thank God that I'm feeling better and that I can be able to even talk. Yeah. So the issue I wanted to address is, it's a small one and also a big one and a serious one, and it might not seem serious, but when Hope was plated, as I said, and as I mentioned earlier, there's a babe from South Africa, we love you so much, who out of a good heart decided to pay for Hope. When she did that, I was so excited. I wanted to mention it in the vlog, but obviously I had to ask her first, should I mention this or should I mention this or should I just let it go? So she told me it's okay, you can mention it, but as long as you don't mention my name and you mention it in the, what do we call it, you mention it for God's name to be glorified, not for me. Don't mention my name, but it's okay, you can go ahead and mention it in your vlog, but for God's name to be glorified. But also as and then I mentioned it, and then after that I felt uneasy, not in a bad way, that I don't want to now. You see, previously I used to share my struggles even here on YouTube and feel free about it, but after I mentioned that, now I started, whenever I vlog, I don't want to mention something I'm going through, because I don't want people to feel like, oh my goodness, now she wants to get help again, she wants another person to send her money or something like that. You know, even in my previous vlogs, when I had like 85 subs, I used to mention the kind of struggles I'm going through. Maybe if I've gone for shopping, like it's the first time ever I've ever had to borrow from a shop, like picking items and then they write your name on a book that you have this certain date. It's my first time ever doing this in my life, and I've shared it in my previous vlogs, that maybe I took an item on credit, then I'll pay it maybe after 1 week, and then the following week we pay for that date and pick other items on credit. Yeah, so it has not been easy to be open about such kind of struggles, not only about the food or anything else, not only about the food but also other things maybe which I'm going through. It has been hard for me to be honest and mention them, and sometimes I don't just mention everything always, but sometimes I like mentioning some of the things I'm going through, so that in the future I can come back here and remember where God has brought us from. And I don't mention the struggles to to seek, maybe to seek sympathy. Or anyway, when I'm vlogging, I don't vlog to in a way of maybe like self-pity, like, whoa, Ndinda, I am going through a lot of struggles. Like, I don't want this, as I mentioned, I don't want this to sorry, the phone has fallen down. Yeah, as I was saying, when I started this vlog, I didn't start it from a point of pity, like I want to cry here every day. Yes, I will mention the hard times I'm going through, but not for the sake of making the channel look like I am complaining 24/7. Surely, you guys, I don't want to be that person. Number one, I don't like the kind of lifestyle I'm living right now. It's not that I've settled, like I'm proud of it, but on the same breath, I am not going to play pity party, like I want to, like I am sorrowful every day. No, I have to be happy. I have to be grateful for what I have, because even in the Bible, number one thing about myself, I have a very tight relationship with God, and I am always, in my life, I always want to live it on a point of gratitude, not a point of sorrow 24/7. Yes, the sorrows will come, but they will go away. Yes, the moments of feeling down will come, but they don't last long, because you know God's got you. It's not forever, it's going to pass. Yeah, and I don't have to be like, when I'm vlogging, I'm like, oh, Dinda, my life is sorrowful, my life is bad, I am stressed out, look, the world, look what I'm going through. No, I'm not vlogging from that point of view. I'm vlogging, in fact, in a happy way. When I started this vlog, I started it because of another lady from the US who was homeless. She inspired me to start a channel. So also, as I do this channel, I want to inspire somebody out there. Yes, you might be doing better, or even you might be in a lower place than I am, but when you look at my channel or at Ndinda, you should look here and see, okay, I have a better life, I am more privileged than Ndinda. Because number one, everybody has their own struggles. Not everybody, sorry, excuse me, just a minute. Everybody has their own share of problems. Even if you are earning maybe 1,000,000 shillings, you are earning 500,000 Kenyan shillings, or even more, or even $1,000,000 per month, you have more responsibilities. Maybe your children are in good international schools, you are living in a good home, you're paying your mortgage, you have a lot of things to do, and it's not all about the money. You have maybe a lot of responsibilities and you're feeling down, you're feeling, oh my goodness, this money is not enough, because this economy, you guys, it's a lot. And whenever you tune into my channel, you check, okay, there goes Ndinda, she has a lower life than me, but she's happy. And for you guys, whenever I say I'm happy, I mean it. It's not like a pretense. I am happy. Yes, I'm not proud of where I am right now, but I am happy. And I am grateful so much to God. Because even if I am in a place where I don't want to be, number one, God says in the Bible that we should not worry about nothing. That we cannot change nothing, not even the color of our hair. Not even a single strand of the color of our hairs. So can you imagine if I start worrying? You know, when we moved to this house, now it's almost 2 years, and I was telling my kids, you know, I don't want us to stay here for long. We shall stay here for 1 month, and things didn't go that way, and we are still here. Can you imagine now me being sorrowful for 2 years, being unhappy for 2 years because I cannot afford to move to a better house? I will be as good as dead person walking. Because if you are not happy in your life, if you are not grateful of where you are, you guys, it's like you are as good as a dead person who is walking. They call them the Walking Dead. I used to love that show in campus. I used to watch it a lot. Yeah, I don't want to be a walking dead person. I want to enjoy my life. I am grateful for where I am. I am happy. As I said, I don't want this channel to be about, oh, the sad Ndinda, oh, I am beating myself, I am going through a lot. No, I want this place and this platform to be encouraging to somebody out there. Even if you're living a better life than me, even if you're living a lower life than me, even if you're going through something which is big or small, you can check at Ndinda and say, oh my goodness, she's in that place, but she's grateful. She's in that low place, but she's conquering. In fact, that's why we called this channel Ndinda the Conqueror. We sat down with my children, we discussed about what shall we call the name of our channel. And even before we started the channel, we prayed about it. It took me almost a year because I really wanted, should I start the channel or should I not? Even after that motivation of starting the channel from that US lady, I really wanted it to come from a point of God, because I like involving God in everything I do. So we prayed about it for almost 1 year. I recorded the first video 6 months before I uploaded it, the first talking part for my first ever YouTube video. I recorded it even 6 months before I uploaded it, because I wanted God to lead me to it, to show me whether I'm doing the right thing, whether I should take that path or not. And at some point when I uploaded my first video, I was okay. I felt that God is telling me, you go ahead and start it. And I was comfortable, and I wanted to encourage somebody who is going through either a better times than me or even worse times than me, so that they can look here and say, if Ndinda is conquering, I can also conquer. And the moment I read comments from other people, I also get encouraged. So myself, I'm benefiting from you guys talking positively about things and encouraging me there on the comment sections. And also I want to give you the same, to encourage you that no matter where you are, you don't have to feel sorrow for yourself, you don't have to feel bad for yourself, you don't have to feel like you are going crazy because you cannot change things. I remember there's this quote, I can't remember who wrote it. He was praying for God to give him the serenity to have peace. I've forgotten the quote, but I will maybe attach it here if I come through it as I edit the video. Yeah, he was praying for God to give him the grace to be peaceful for the things he cannot change. And let me tell you guys, the truth is that when I came here to Nanyuki, I've had the worst moments in my life, like the worst poverty. I've never lived in such kind of poverty. But on the same breath, you guys, I've had the most peaceful days in my life ever. I've never been this peaceful. I've gone through depression, I've conquered it all through in the last 2 years since I came to Nanyuki. It's almost 2 years now. It's not yet 2 years, but it's almost 2 years. So I've conquered all that, and I've had the most peaceful days ever in my life. Can you imagine? I'm not lying, you guys. I've had the most peaceful moments ever in my life. I've healed, I've grown. I'm not the same person I was like 2 years ago. I have learned a lot. In fact, today I've washed the utensils. Today I've said I'm feeling a little better, and I've washed the utensils from that sink in this house, and I've realized, oh my goodness, all the years I've used a sink in my life, I've never felt that like it's a privilege, or it has never crossed my mind. But today I was like, oh my goodness, thank you God for this sink. Can you imagine? Sometimes we take things for granted, so it's good to be grateful for where we are. Right now I'm living in that small wooden house which has a lot of holes everywhere. It's always cold. In fact, after staying here for these 2 days, we feel we don't want to go back there because that place is cold and everything. Crickets are coming in, rats. In fact, I've never lived in a house where there are rats, but here rats have become our friends, and roaches, you guys. Yes, before I've had cockroaches in my house, but not rats, you guys, and I fear rats a lot, and now they have become like our friends. So even in that condition, you guys, I am grateful. I am not vlogging for a point of, oh, look at my life, oh, I am sorrowful, oh, I want to do what. No, I am grateful in that space right now. And one thing I am sure of, nothing is permanent. I remember in the year 2020 there was, I know this is a personal one, but let me just mention it. There was this company. There's a friend I have. She's Indian. She referred me to some government guy. They wanted the hazmat suits. You remember in 2020 when COVID had just hit and they needed the hazmat suits, and I had access to all that. And I remember I was given it was like a tender for 3 million, but I mean not 3 million, but I calculated the amount of profits I would have gained from that. I saw it was about 3 million Kenyan shillings, but I didn't get those deals. They were a lot. They kept coming, but I didn't get those deals. So, and what I'm trying to say is, it's that life can change like this. Within a second, you are a millionaire. Within a second, you have nothing. You're in poverty. So, even if I'm in this situation right now, I won't worry, because I know within a second, it doesn't even take seconds. Will we call it nanoseconds? Because to God, He can bless you anytime if He wants. Even if you're going through troubles, don't worry. Because number one, He will give you the grace to go through what you're going through. He will give you the strength to handle everything. God created us in a very beautiful way. He has given us the grace to handle every situation which comes our way. That's why we usually see maybe a person has lost their loved one, and you're wondering, oh my goodness. You know, when a person loses their loved one, you usually wonder, what will I tell them? You don't want to say sorry because you know you cannot bring this person back. But one thing amazing about God, He heals them in their own way. He helps them handle everything. No matter how traumatizing it is, He gives them the grace to handle every situation, even in that death, with a lot of grace, with a lot of peace. And that's how God works. So God can bless you within a second. Nothing is permanent, you guys. And that is what has always kept me moving. That you don't have to be sorrowful. You don't have to play like, oh my goodness, what will I do? What will happen to me? No, we have to be grateful. Number one, I'm living there. There's somebody right now in Gaza giving birth to a child through cesarean section without, what are they called? Without, they are not called painkillers. What are they called? Anesthesia. Yeah, the one for going to surgery. I've been really following closely about the Gaza story, and I saw that their hospitals are also being bombed. They don't have any medication. They don't have even painkillers. They don't have anesthesia, and some women are having to give birth. Can you imagine, you guys? The pain, can you imagine if a person takes a razor and just cuts a small part, or you just go and hit yourself on a small stone? A person usually feels like crying. Now, can you imagine going to give birth with no anesthesia, or maybe a building fell on you, those bombs, and you hurt your leg, and whether you are a child or an adult, and you broke your leg, there is no painkillers, there is no anesthesia, the doctor is operating on you, as you can feel everything. Oh my goodness, you guys, we should be grateful. Let us pray for those people in Gaza. I've been remembering them in my prayers. Let's pray for them, you guys. Let's be grateful. I am grateful that I am safe. I am safe where I am. Right now, as I told you like 3 days ago, I was in a lot of pain. But I am grateful that God gave me the money to go. Even if I don't have the money to go to the hospital, I don't have to be sorrowful and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me that money to go and buy some medication and some painkillers over the counter from a chemist, from the pharmacist. So I am grateful, you guys. I am grateful for every bit of life. Number one, right now, as we speak right now, a person has lost their lives. But here we are healthy, we are okay, we have the gift of life, we have children. There is a person out there who has been searching maybe for a child for 20 years and they haven't gotten one. And another thing, life is not just about the money, you guys. And that's why when Jesus died, I mean, when he was leaving the earth, after dying for us on the cross, he told his disciples, I give you peace, and peace I give you. I might misquote him, but I can't remember the exact words, but he gave us his peace. That's why he didn't say, I'm leaving you 1,000,000 shillings. I'm leaving you money which will never end. He gave us peace because he knows without peace we are dead. We are like walking dead people. Without peace we are nothing. You might have the money. I remember when I started my channel, a few months later, Twitch killed himself. He committed suicide, you guys. And one thing about me, I used to love Ellen DeGeneres show, and I love Ellen so much. She has a very pure heart, and through her show I knew Twitch. I don't know his real name, but his stage name was Twitch. Twitch, by the time he was committing suicide, he had over, I think, more than 3 million. I'll check his accounts while editing. He had, I think, more than 3 million Instagram followers. He had a very beautiful wife, very beautiful children, you guys. He had the money, he had the fame, you know, the things. Maybe if I had, like right now, if I had more than 1 million followers on Instagram, I would be, number one, I would know that I can maybe get very good paid adverts, like people like Eric Omondi. It means you have another level of fame that you can get big brands maybe to advertise for or to do other big things. But this person committed suicide, you guys. So it's not about the money. It's about God's peace. And that I have. I am so blessed. And I am so rich because God has really blessed me with his peace. I came to this place, as I've mentioned, I've been the most peaceful person ever. I have had the most peaceful periods ever in my life. You know, before I used to, and also I've learned a lot. I remember before I used to have a shop, you guys, and then in Nairobi town, and then I used to pay my house rent maybe 3 months in advance, pay my shop in advance, bring goods in, and then when the children close their school, like now the way they have closed their school, I used to pay their school fees way earlier, like 2 months before. Like if it's this December holiday, I used to pay the school fees for January in November, and the kids were all in private schools. And then I used to think, oh my goodness, I am broke. Right now, when I think about those days, oh my goodness, I tell God I am sorry. Because I never, yes, it's not that I wasn't grateful in my life, but it never crossed my mind that I am blessed, like in that way, you guys. That's why I thank God I started this channel. Because I hope you guys, wherever you are, just give thanks to God for what you have. I know always we feel like, oh my goodness, I don't have this, things are not working out. But no matter what you have, the small you have, just give thanks for it. Because where I am right now, as I've told you, I am grateful to God for the little I have. Yes, and it's not little, because being healthy, being peaceful, you guys, it's a lot of money. You cannot monetize it. So I am so grateful, you guys. Let's learn to be grateful for everything. That I am here, I am okay, I am safe, I am... In fact, when COVID hit in 2020, I didn't know that oxygen is that expensive, you guys. I remember we used to hear the stories of people from the news. We used to hear that a person has stayed maybe in the hospital for 2 weeks and their bill is maybe 3 million shillings, or maybe they have stayed in the hospital for 1 month with COVID and their bill for the hospital is 3 point something million, and that person is even dead. The family is trying to raise the funds for them to bury that person. And you remember when a person died of COVID then in 2020, you had to be buried immediately, like on that day. So back then is when I knew, oh my goodness, oxygen is expensive. Because the bill for the oxygen, you want 3 point what million, and that person has not even finished a month in the hospital and they are already dead, and they have left a debt for the family to... They have left sorrow, they have let people mourning, people are sorrowful, they don't know what to do, they are sad. Look at us now. I can breathe very well, I can talk well, I am just okay. I'm not buying oxygen, it's there for free. So we are rich, you guys, and let's learn the spirit of gratitude, because without gratitude you'll always be stressed 24/7 without peace. You'll have something but you'll never enjoy it. So let's learn to be grateful for the little things we have, because if we lack gratitude, you guys, you shall never live a happy life, you shall never live a peaceful life. And that's why things like suicide come in. You end up committing suicide, you end up in a bad place. Even if it's not suicide, you end up living like a dead person and you are alive. So let's learn to be grateful for life, let's learn to be happy. Yeah, and I was just trying to remind you guys that this channel, it's... Niweza? In a record? Yeah, my phone keeps falling. Is it recording, Adrian? Yeah, so let's learn the spirit of gratitude, and kindly let's remember that this channel is not a place of coming to be feeling sorrowful. Even if I'm sharing my little life here like this, the way I am, just know that I am truly happy, and I am grateful to God for everything. I am alive, I am okay. The list is endless. Yeah, and in my life I like taking just a day at a time, because I realized even if I burden myself, there is nothing I am changing. And as I've mentioned, God's blessings are like, you never know, something can happen like this, pop. Maybe you get an order, a customer comes in, they are ordering many items on wholesale, and even they pay in advance, maybe 10 million Kenyan shillings, and pop, your life changes. So we don't have to stress about nothing. God knows our future, He knows our life, and we just have to be happy. We just have to be peaceful. Even if you are not, just ask God. Talk to him. Myself, I talk to him 24/7. You don't have to go to kneel down and feel like, oh my God, to pray I have to go to the church, I have to kneel down, I have to follow this procedure to pray. No, just talk to God always. Talk to him. Tell him, Lord, I just need your peace. Please. I cannot settle. I am not peaceful. I feel stressed out about this thing. Give me your peace. And one thing I tell you, I promise you, God never refuses to give peace. He gives it for free. He might not give you the money you want, like he has not given me the money I want to move. Like yesterday, you guys. But one thing I am assuring you of, he will give you the peace, he will give you the grace to withstand everything around you, and you will just be okay. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy. And I don't want to be mentioning that story for money a lot, because I don't want this place to be like a place of, oh, she's mentioning this so that people maybe can help her out in this way. In fact, one thing about my life right now, I've become like a burden to people, because it got to a point where I went homeless. I never told the people in my circle that I am homeless. I kept quiet, and I got really hurt about that. But I got to a point where I said, oh my goodness, I am not going to keep problems to myself. I am going to disturb people. And I have disturbed people proper. Sometimes even people block you, or they don't respond to your message, and I understand them, because a person, they have their own issues. Nowadays the money is not even enough. When you get paid, you pay your rent, you buy food for your kids or for yourself, you do this and that, and the money is never enough. So even if a person sends you 100 Kenyan shillings, they have sacrificed themselves for that, and I always appreciate it, because I know this person, for them to give me this money, they have gone through a lot. They have sacrificed to give me this amount of money, and I am grateful for that. But one thing I said, I will not keep quiet again. So my friends, I am disturbing them a lot, but I don't like it, you guys. I hate borrowing, but I got to that point in my life where it's like you don't have a choice. In fact, here in Nanyuki, when you do these hustle jobs, like when I cook maybe some chapatis for a person, they pay you, can you imagine, 100 Kenyan shillings. Like my neighbor was also they wash clothes for that person. They wash their utensils every day, and every day that person is getting 100 Kenyan shillings. Can you imagine, you guys? They pay you that here. That's why I felt, oh my goodness, where did I come? What is this place I came to? Because in Nairobi, whenever I used to maybe wash clothes for a person, Nairobi area, Kiambu area, that person could pay you maybe 600 shillings, 700 shillings. You cook chapati for a person and some food, they pay you 1,000 Kenyan shillings. But here, you guys, life is tough. You hustle, you get paid maybe 100 bob. The money is not enough. It's not enough to buy you unga. That's why I end up, and then you are not getting even the hustle. When you try and hustle, you don't get anything maybe for a week. Then that's why you find yourself in a bad place. You have disturbed people yourself. You are tired of borrowing. You don't want to borrow, but you find yourself in that place. But I don't want this channel to be a place of borrowing or a place of self-pity. I want to use this platform to encourage somebody out there going through a hard time. In fact, my life, I've never wanted to be a person of burdening others. I remember when I got my kids at a very young age. They all belong to the same dad. I conceived my firstborn Brian at 17 years, and I gave birth to him at 18 years. So you can see I was very young. I was a very young girl. very stupid girl, a very naive girl, and 2 years later I conceived Hope and then Adrian. So I got to campus. I went to campus when Adrian was not yet born, sorry, when Hope was 1 year old. So they stayed with my mom for 1 year, and the following one thing about me, I knew I didn't want to burden my mom. I knew she was paying my tuition fee and it was a lot of money, because I got a B minus for my form 4, or maybe I say grade 12 for other people in other countries to understand. For grade 12 I got a B minus, or form 4 I got a B minus, and that time the government was picking for the JAB. Is it called JAB? I think it's called JAB, for the government sponsored program for the universities. It's very cheap and very affordable than the secondary education. So for the JAB, back then they were picking B plus. So you can see I had a B minus. So I had to go through the parallel program, which is way more expensive than of course the government sponsored program. But luckily I was also in a public university, JKUAT, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. So there it was a bit cheaper than maybe going to the private universities like USIU and the rest. So I knew the moment I went to university, I knew I wanted to be a mother to my kids. Sorry, just excuse me a little bit. I wanted to be a mother to my kids. That is the most biggest gift I've always wanted to give my children. I always want to live with my kids, you guys. I want to mother them. I want to be there for them, because I know they are growing. Like now it's only about 3 years and Brian will be gone. Like gone. The moment he goes to university, that's it. So I always want to be a present mom, and I've never taken that for granted, you guys. I take that responsibility on a very, very serious note. So the first year I was trying to look for a business. I started with selling earrings, selling women underwear and all that. I tried many businesses which failed, and then later on I started selling fruits. I started selling fruits. And before I get there, I'm trying to say that I've always wanted to be a mother to my kids. I've always wanted to stay with them close to me so that I can parent them, give them the love they need, correct them in the way I need them to be corrected. I've never wanted anybody else to mother my kids or to take up that responsibility. Even if I was in school, I wanted to juggle all that: education, business, and also my children. So I took my kids in. I used to stay with them from from second year. I think it was first year, the end of the last semester, I started staying with my kids. I took them in. I took a one bedroom apartment. By then I was selling by then I was doing some, what do we call them? These online writing jobs. Yeah, I was working for a person, so I could work, they pay me, and then I pay my house help, I pay my rent, I pay the food, because I didn't want to burden my mom in terms of her. She has struggled, she has taken loans, she has done a lot for me, you guys. I didn't want to burden her more to those points. So I used to do those online writing jobs. Then I pay the house help. I used to have house girls who were sometimes sleeping, others were they could come daily. And during my first year, the third semester, I conceived Adrian. So I continued with that job, but I could get a lot of revision. The phone keeps falling yet again, sorry. So where was I?
kwa nini hapo kwa university kwa edu
I've forgotten you. Oh my goodness, I'm
hapo kwa
formatted.
mbegu.
Yeah, so I used to do these online writing jobs, and yeah, I remembered. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I used to do the online writing jobs, these academic jobs, and the kind of papers I used to get a lot of revisions. You send your paper, maybe you have done 5 pages or 6 pages, and then they come back. I have a lot of corrections. I was not good at that thing, you guys. And I used to do it with their dad, my baby daddy. As I've said, he's the father to the 3 kids. I used to love him so much. You know, the high school, he was my first love, you guys. So we used to do with him. Himself, he was very, very bright, because I think he even got a first class honors. And for his form 4s, he got straight A's. So he was very bright. So he would do even thesis papers for thesis, the PhD thesis papers. He would do them. He would do a very good job. And he never used to get those, like, his papers being sent back, and in fact he used to get a lot of what do we call it? He used to get appraisals from the person who was giving us the jobs, because he used to do a very good job. But me, I was on the contrary. My jobs could always be, the moment I do a paper, I get it back, like almost every paper, you guys. So I felt, oh my goodness, this is not my thing. I felt I'm not maybe sharp enough for this, or I don't know, because I used to give it my best, but the papers could always, almost, let me say 90%, they could always come back to me for corrections, for revision. So I just gave up on it. I started selling fruits in school, you guys. That's why I'm saying, you know, God, whenever you start something, it's not just you, it's only God's favor. I remember I used to wonder, now what can I do, because these writing jobs are not working for me. The academic writing jobs, they are not working for me, and I am getting a lot of revisions. So I was wondering, what should I do? So I used to walk around and see another lady there who was selling fruits. She used to sell fruits, and I asked her, where do you get these apples from? And the apples, what do you call it? The grapes, the kiwi, all those fruits. Then she told me, when you're ready, you just let me know. I shall take you to that place. So one day I told her, okay, right now I'm ready. She had told me the prices. So I tried and saved up for that money, for some capital to get, but I just wanted to get only 1 box for apples, so that I can try out things and know where they come from, know how the business will run and all. So we went with her at around 3 a.m. in the morning. We went, she showed me how a person goes. We went to Nairobi, we took a matatu to Parklands. Yeah, what that place is called. There was just around Aga Khan area in Parklands. There's a place called, what was it called? Yeah, Nakumatt High Ridge. That's where we used to go and get them. So she showed me, we went, we took her, she bought a box of apples, and myself too. So we went, she showed me how to check, because there are many suppliers from South Africa. They usually come with these lorries from these refrigerated lorries, which have they have the fruits there, but the lorries are refrigerated. So they used to sell for us. She showed me how to go around and check for the good apples, good quality apples, and she showed me everything, all the secrets I needed to know. I'm so grateful for that lady. We are still friends up to today. And then we came back. Yeah, So that morning I went to class. Now this is campus now. I went to class carrying apples. There is this Google bag which I had been given. I put all my apples in there because I didn't want the security guy to send me back at the gate. So I put them there in the Google bag. I still have it, you guys. I'll show you one day when we are moving back. But I know you usually see it. I'm always hanging it on the walls. So I used to put them there. I went for the first day. Everybody in class wanted apples, you guys. You see God's grace. They wanted, and you see the many businesses I've tried before. Even when I came here, you guys, you know, sometimes people think this person is not working, or what are they doing? Even when I came here to Nanyuki, I've been trying businesses, many of them, and they fail. I try something, I start up something, and it fails. But I know one day and one time God will give me that breakthrough so that things can work out for according to his will. So I'm not stressed out about that. I know at the right time, at God's time, he will make a way where there seems to be no way. I tell you guys, you know, in campus they gave me a nickname. I used to be called Wamatunda. I remember there's this guy, should I mention the name? Anto. He used to love my apples so much. Thank you, Anthony. He used to promote me and buy like 5 apples every single day, or 6 apples. I remember one carton used to have like 180 pieces of apples. Then you sell them around the class. Maybe in the class you have sold like 40 pieces. And now when we are done when we are done with the classes for that day, I used to go, you know, in university I took IT. So in JKUAT they have this building, we used to call it Hall 7. Right now it's called Technology House. So that building, we used to be the IT guys and also the architecture guys. So I used to go down there and sell to the architecture guys, and also used to sell the passion fruits before I started the apples. Guys, I'm even forgetting the businesses I've gone through. I used to sell even the passion fruits, you know, the big yellow passion, the very sweet ones, the big round yellow passion fruits. I used to sell that before I started selling the apples. So but those didn't go well like the apples did. So I stopped with I stopped because that company stopped producing them. They stopped selling them locally. They said now we are just going to be exporting them. I used to go to a company in Thika. I've forgotten the name. Oh my goodness. They used to be a company dealing with flowers, but they also used to export, not import, sorry. They used to export those passion fruits. So I stopped that passion fruit business after they said we are now going to be only exporting these passion fruits and no longer selling them in wholesale to local people again. So that's why I stopped, I've remembered. So I got into the apple business, so I could go to the architecture guys. I sell around, and then maybe by 6 p.m. in the evening, maybe I have like 100 apples. So I used to go to what are they called? The hostels. The hostels which are usually inside the university. So I used to check and go to the boys' side, because previously I used to go to the girls' hostel, but the funny thing, I never used to sell there. So I used to now to go to the boys, no, not boys, surely. Should I say call them boys? These are not boys. I used to go to the ladies' hostels. There I didn't make money, so I switched up things and I started going to the men's hostels, or the guys the guys side of the hostel. I think it was being called Hall 7, because I've never sold to any other. It was only Hall 7, and there used to be many boys, many guys there. So I used to go and knock on every door. Come. They see you and you are like, hi guys, I'm selling apples. They take like maybe 4 pieces. Every door which I used to walk in, I think I used to sell maybe 2 doors or 3 doors. Maybe I couldn't sell, but almost let me say 90% of those doors I used to sell a lot. And people, I used to sell only at, was it called All 7? Goodness, I'm forgetting. But it was the hostel which was near All 7 or Technology House, just the hostel which was adjacent the, because it was All 7, and then we had some tuck shops there, and then that hostel, I can't remember the name, but it was a guy's hostel. So I used to sell there. I work maybe for 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm done. 180 pieces. And now you remember the friend who introduced me to that place. Now she used to tell me, when you are done with yours, tell me, so that we can go together and motivate each other. So Nomi, I used to sell my box every single day it finishes, and I used to make a profit of around 1,700 or 2,000, 1,700 or 2,000 per box. So myself, I started feeling, oh my god, will I tell her I've finished my sock? So I started going alone without telling her, you guys, because I was guilty. Hers used to stay for even a month, for weeks. That's why I'm saying God's grace. You could be selling the same thing, but God's grace hits you differently, and your story is a different one. So you can imagine, she's the one who introduced me, but now me, I'm selling a whole box, like every single day. I used to sell it. I finish. My children were living comfortably because I could make a total of 1,700 every single day, and or 2,000, around 1,700 or 1,800 Kenyan shillings profit every single day. And I used to walk around, even if sometimes I could get to the house at around 11 p.m. and then I wake up at around 2 a.m. so that I can go to Nairobi, pick other fruits, and come back with them to the class in the next morning. And one thing about me in the university, I never sat for supplementary exams. I never failed any exam, you guys. I'm so grateful to God. And He gave me that grace. I finished well. I did business. I know I didn't pass so well. I got a second class honors, lower division, but I'm so grateful that I conquered. I did well. By the time I was finishing, because I graduated in 2015, it's when my baby daddy walked away. He walked away during those years, and I was not even, yes, I felt bad, but I have healed. I've forgiven him. I don't bad mouth him, because I know I cannot regret. We had the most beautiful relationship ever. I don't know what happened to him. And I remember my mom used to tell me, no, you have to take this guy to court. And I said myself, me, I'm not going to court. I'm not going to let myself go through mental torture. I'm not going to let my children go through mental torture, because a person, if he doesn't want to be actively present in their lives, and I start forcing things, I will just give myself stress. I will give my children stress, and I don't want that. I said, God, you take over. Be the dad to my children, and He has always been that. I will never regret it. I will never, even if right now I'm in a down situation and in a bad one, I will not regret that decision. Because one thing, if a person wants to support you and his kids, he can. But if he doesn't want to, you'll just get stressed. You following him up, going to the courts, spending money, even if it's not about spending money, because I know the children cases, especially these ones for abandonment and lack of child support, they go easily. But I don't want to go through that torture. If a person doesn't want to contribute in a free way, I am not that person. That's why since 2015, it has been, I think, 8 years now, or is it 9? It's many years since then, and God has always been faithful. These children were in good private schools. They have been doing well, and even now, I remember I used to say, my children will never step in a public school. I used to say that, you guys, but I found myself in a bad place. That's why I'm saying, you know, I gave that story to show I don't like being dependent. I don't like being a burden. But right now, I've gotten to a place where I've become a burden to the people around me. I feel bad when borrowing money. I feel bad. I hate it. I hate it with all my heart. But sometimes you just have to. And sometimes, because I kept quiet, you guys, the moment I was homeless, I kept quiet and I was dying with my problems, and I said, oh my goodness, no. Even if a person sees me in what way, because I got to places and I've gotten to places where you are begging people to help you. But it's okay. It's a moment which is passing, and I pray that I get stable, that I pay all my debts, because they trouble. You can't sleep well, you guys. I just want to be debt free. I want to pay those people back. I want them to feel at least better and good, because you guys borrowing a person for that long and you are not paying them back, it's not easy. It's a very bad task, and I pray that God for sure will make a way. So all I'm trying to say is that I don't want this platform to be a place of crying, or I'm not recording vlogs for the sake of being like, what is it called, like in I always forget the words while I'm trying to say them. I'm not trying to vlog for this, like, to be like puandinda. No, I just want this place to be a place where myself, I will also look in the near future and say, oh my goodness, I've come from far. If that was me, let God's name be glorified through this channel. This is not a channel for sorrow. It's not a channel for crying out. Yes, I might mention those sad trial moments I am going through, but I'm not mentioning it from a point of being ungrateful, or no. I hope you understand me. I know I've talked a lot, I can imagine, but I really wanted to just say that. I wanted to remind you guys, let us be people of gratitude no matter where we are, because we always have something to be grateful for, and God is on our side. And one thing, when God is on your side, you should not be worried, no matter what is happening. Because you can imagine, even Job, he went through a lot of troubles, a lot of tribulations, but God came through for him. He came through for him indeed, and he made a way for him, and he raised him to a higher place. So let's look at Job, let's learn from him. Let's look at Ndinda. Let's learn from her. Let's learn to be grateful. Let's know that not a situation in our lives is permanent, especially those sad moments. Not a situation in our lives is permanent. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He will open doors in ways that we can never imagine, and that's how God works. All we need to do is be peaceful, and if you are not peaceful, don't worry. You just have to ask. You just have to talk to God. Tell him, God, I am going through this. Give me the strength. That's what I usually do. Sometimes I wake up, I feel, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this anymore. I am tired of this life, God. What is happening to me? I am tired. And I tell him, God, give me the strength, because I feel like I've reached a bad place. I remember even the person who had commented there. There's this lady, the last vlog, she had said that she wants to give a gift. And I responded immediately. I said, oh my goodness, reach me through this. But I just stayed later on and I deleted that post, because number one, I didn't want it to be taken in a bad way. As I've explained all this long story, I don't want this platform to be a place where I'm crying and it feels like oh, she's trying to ask for help, oh, she's trying to seek sympathy here. No, I don't want this to be that place. You guys, as I've told you, I've become a burden, but I don't want to become a burden also here. I want this place to be a safe place where we can talk our struggles, point them out, not from a point of seeking sympathy, but from a point of encouraging each other, that we shall conquer no matter what. And we have already conquered, you guys. We love you so much, and thank you for staying, you guys. Thank you for the love you've shown me, and thank you so much. We love you so much. And I remember Zols once commented that this channel has brought her healing. And that is just my prayer. Let it be a healing place. Let it be a happy place. Let it be a beautiful channel to watch, not a sorrowful channel. Not that, yes, let us be happy. Let us be grateful. Let us heal. Let us encourage one another. It's not that I'm trying to say that I am a hero. I don't go through the bad days. I go through them. And I might say them here, but not from a point of scaring people away, or from a point of trying to seek sympathy, or from a point of crying and saying, oh, poor Ndinda, oh, poor word. No, we want it to be a safe place where we are happy, we encourage one another, we share our simple lives together, and be happy. And at the end of the day, get monetized and also enjoy some little money from YouTube, and let it be a good side hustle also. That would be my happiness and also my prayer. So thank you so much. We love you. We love you. Mwah. Adrian, say hi or bye to them. Come here and say something. Brian is not yet home, and Adrian and Hope. Hi. Just that.
Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one, and make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, we love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Finished recording, and the babies are home. How was the market?
Fine.
Bring, we do a haul and we see what you have gotten. And you say hi to Mama. Salimie. How was your day? Oh, say hi. Hi. Okay, let's do this haul. Isn't it a 20? They went to the market first and got the tomatoes. Kuchukua market? Amjabai kwa market? Haina shida. So they went to the market and got some. Yes, of course you went to the supermarket first. I'm not trying to, I thought you went to the market first, but no problem. I'm saying they went to the market and got some. Change imebaki ngapi? Mchukue mchele. Yeah, so they went to. I've just sent Brian again some rice. They have bought some tomatoes for 20 shillings. I didn't have enough money, but later on I'll go for grocery shopping when I get some money. No problem. And then they have also gotten some. Okay, let me just put everything here so that it can be easier. Yeah, they have gotten those ones. Then some onions, 1 kg. 1 kg of onions. Then a pack of milk. It's called number 1. Okay, then Colgate. We had run out of this. Then some tissue paper. They have gotten a bar soap. The Meta one. This one is usually cheaper. Can you imagine? They are selling this one for, I think, 135 Kenyan shillings for 1 kg. It's very cheap, but I think this one is only available in Nanyuki. I think it's a local company within the area. And then they have also gotten some what do you call this? Some detergent. This one for washing. This week has been our week for washing the latrine. I was so broke, you guys. This is the time now. I'm buying some detergent. We have been struggling to wash because I usually like adding a lot of soap, this detergent, so that it can be very clean. So at least we have gotten that. And then a pack of maize flour, 2 kg. Is it not passing? 2 kg. And then they have also gotten some pre-cooked, what do you call them in English, Adrian? Jahe. Goodness.
Black beans.
Oh yes, hey, black beans. They have gotten some pre-cooked black beans so that we can take this one for supper together with some rice. Yeah, so that's our small haul. This is rice. I think they have put a lot of some loud music over there. May not have the sound on over here. That's it.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine.
145
Hii ni
nilikuwa
imekuwa
136.
Yeah, so you guys, Hope is telling me that they have gotten this maize meal flour at 136 shillings. That's why you see I've sent them to the supermarket, because I knew they would get this item on offer and would save on that, so that we can have money for the onions and also for the black beans and also for the rice. And also they have gotten the milk at 45. So here from the local shop we would have gotten this maize meal at how much? 220 Kenyan shillings, and you see they have gotten at 136 Kenyan shillings. So that is a lot of money which has been saved, especially when you are broke, you guys. So we thank God for that. And I remember, you see the guy whom I used to pick the items on credit from, the moment I got some money to buy the 10 liters of cooking oil and 25 kg what is it called, sack, is it it's a sack, the sack for rice for 25 kg, I requested him to buy from me and sell for me at a normal price, because I knew the moment I get those items you would wonder. Now I've stopped borrowing from his shop, and maybe I've gone to another shop. So I requested him to get the items for me so that I can buy from him the 25 kg sack of rice, and also for the 10 liters cooking oil. But he told me, no, you don't worry, just go ahead and buy from the wholesalers. So you can imagine, some guys are so good, you guys, and I thank God for the connections he has given me within this area. Yeah, so that's why they went to the supermarket. You see, we have saved a lot on that. Yeah. Brian is cooking the unaendea nini? Funga mlango. Brian is preparing the rice and the black beans for us. Yeah. I think it has boiled. He wants to have it on the other side because it's only this side which has the low heat for it to cook under low heat.
Aki sijapanguza viatu zangu za kesho. Nizichukue nipanguzie hapa.
Zima hii gas.
Nizichukue nipanguzie hapa.
Si kwa bafu. Uchaisikia hizo maneno.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.
Then is preparing the black beans. It's been forever since we ate black beans. Now boiling cereals nowadays is very too shorter because they consume a lot of heat. So nowadays we just prefer eating the greens and maybe the cabbages, because eating cereals, it's a lot. You'll use a lot of heat. That will mean a lot of money. And of course, yeah, and it will take a lot of heat, and also it's expensive. For example, this one is 80 shillings. So that is expensive, especially when you are broke, you guys. The rice is ready. The rice is ready. It's already cooked. Yeah. As I was trying to say that before I had an electric pressure cooker, but then it consumes very low heat. So I used to boil a lot of cereals and keep them in the fridge. So it was easier to take a lot of cereals within a week. And also githeri. I really love githeri, especially the one for hard maize. They already had dried maize. I love githeri so much. So I used to have an electric pressure cooker. I used to boil them and then store them. And then when I want to cook, store them in small containers and then cook them. But nowadays we really miss eating cereals. Yeah, but once in a while, at least today we shall enjoy them. We shall enjoy them. Yeah. And then what else did I use to? Yes, as I was saying, sometimes you take things for granted. It's good to be grateful, because I remember I used to boil a lot of cereals and the fridge will be full of food, a lot of meat, a lot of sausages, but then a person never thought of it as a big deal. So right now I'm so grateful for every little and big thing. So yeah, Brian is our chef today. What is our chef doing? He's from the shower and he's also cooking. Is that what do we call it? Cooking ethics. Those you brushing your, I mean, what do you combing your hair and you're also cooking?
Generation style.
Which generation? Is it under low heat? But they are not yet ready. I can just cover them till they are cooked. This will be our dinner. Brian has finished cooking. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. We love you so much. The black bean.
On each and every day, the past is where it stays. Way back a year ago.